Now, ladies and gentlemen, after Valve's 2-week hiatus, they came in swinging, fixing, breaking, and adding new features to Counter-Strike 2. Late last night, Valve released a 3.7 gigabyte size update, which seems to stem off a continuing trend by Valve from starting at the beginning of 2024 introducing the Arms Race update, and just a couple months ago adding the On the Other Hand update, and here we are in the present day where we just got the Fire Sale update. Now this update had the obvious, such as visual adjustments for mollies and incendiary grenades, new chicken animations, a blast to the past, or more so new parts of Vertigo opened up, but most notably and specifically for today's video is the introduction of renting skins, and of course the nerf to Dopplers and marble fade finishes inside CS2. Over the last 12 hours, Counter-Strike fans have been in a panic with the loss of access to buff all across North America and Europe, the nerf to marble fade and Doppler finishes, and then on top of that, most players have the thought that Valve can now introduce any old and new case going forward, that being available to rent at any time, which if this hypothetically happened, this would lead to no new supply for skins and the extinction of those specific cases. Today's video, there's much to discuss. We're to break down Valve's brand new FAQ that has just come out as of recording today's video, specifically about renting skins, as well as we're going to discuss the future of Counter-Strike's economy. Today's video sponsor is Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is a buying and trading marketplace where you can trade off your old skins for something new. All you do is log in with Steam, then you trade the skins you no longer want to pick up the new skins you want to obtain. Any remaining cash from trading goes to your balance that can be used in any future trade. By using my code MANDO, you can get up to a free $5, and if you choose to deposit alongside using my code, you get a total of a 35% deposit bonus. With Skins Monkey's large variety of skins, they also offer daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways. If interested, it'll be the top of the link in the description below. Now this is Luke in the post edit. This video was originally recorded Friday morning on the 24th, the day after Valve broke and then later fixed skins a day later. Today's video is a more in-depth look at the introduction of renting skins inside CS2. Since these updates came out, Valve released a brand new FAQ answering all of our main questions and concerns about renting skins. A brand new update should arrive tonight with more fixes, but in the off chance it could be something big, since new leaks suggest parts of Danger Zone are being polished up. If we don't see an update specifically with Danger Zone arrive tonight, I'll have a video out in the next couple of days discussing just that. Firstly, for today's video is we're gonna have a quick look and hop into Valve's new FAQ specifically about renting skins. Now this isn't on the update or news page for CS2, rather it's on the Steam support page, just giving you more of an in-depth understanding of how skin rentals work. And what's come to my attention, my thoughts as of recording, Valve didn't just make an FAQ, they also tweeted about it. So why make an FAQ about something that might just be a trial and error process? I think for every case going forward, yet there's no evidence of this, they're probably going to have the rental system with this. So the title of this FAQ is CS2 weapon rentals, and there's 10 sections. The first one up is clarifying what weapon rentals are. Essentially, this is only available for the brand new Kilowatt case. You have to have a case, you buy a key, and then you choose to either open the case to get the skin you want to actually keep, or you can rent those skins for 7 days. So if you get a drop and you just get a key, that being for $2, you get all those skins for a week, which actually isn't that bad of a deal, which we'll get into later. Now, what I think is very interesting as well is they also said you don't get the knife. Yes, it makes sense because you don't with this update, but going forward, will you be able to get knives and gloves and any sort of gold out of any new case? Because that, in my opinion, which we'll also touch on later, would really change things up and shake up the market. For some extra clarification as well, these do not appear in your inventory. In the third category, Valve states which weapons can be rented. They say at this time only weapons from the Kilowatt case minus the knife can be rented. So this makes me assume we're eventually in maybe 5 years time, for an example, after we get a few more cases, this list is going to pile on, aside from the Kilowatt case. Maybe they might add a knife here and there, who really knows. In the 8th category, Valve asks, are weapon rentals refundable? They say no, because the weapon case and key are consumed when renting weapons. Renting weapons are non-refundable. I'm assuming this is the exact same thing as opening a case, but now you're just renting it. And the last two categories are essentially just about your items being visible, the ones you specifically rented. Whenever you rent the Kilowatt case collection, they are not available in your inventory for everyone else to see. And what I also found to be very interesting is you can't get stat track weapons, and they also all come in very different wares. So going forward in future cases, or let's just say Valve adds older cases that you can rent, what kind of rares are those going to come with? Now I want to discuss my thoughts after this is released. Like we mentioned at the beginning of the video, why would Valve make an FAQ if it's just a trial and error process to see if renting skins actually works and makes real money on Valve's end? Which after this has come out, them tweeting about it getting a lot of attention, this leads me to believe that not old skins, rather new skins, and their cases will be available to rent at any time, that being after the Kilowatt case, so February of 2024. If this happens, I have some questions. When there's more than one case available to rent, will we be able to rent more than one case at once? Will there be something similar to the active duty drop pool system inside Counter-Strike? Let's just say hypothetically next year we get 5 cases that release. Will we have all 5 available, including the Kilowatt case, to rent, or is it just going to be 1 or 2 of those at a time? Question I have is, why did Valve do this aside from money? Does Valve want to move away from skins? Now this is a video for a different time, but in my opinion, I think so. Based off the last few years of controversy, really ever since they released back in 2013 for CSGO, been slowly wanting to, but also showing us through updates that they just don't care and want to stray away from skins, but it's just not that simple, since they have now created a bottomless money pit. Now something I want to discuss is why this is good, but also bad for the CS economy and its players, that being the ability to round rent skins. It's good in my opinion because the majority of CS CS players don't play every day of the year, so not buying 5K in skins will suit more people. And now having the ability to rent the kilowatt case and maybe cases going forward, I think is a good change. But on the other side of things, I think it's bad because it puts a dent in the CS economy. You have to buy a case and a key, which will vary in price. Ever since this update came out, the kilowatt case has gone up around 40 to 50 cents, and in my opinion will only continue to rise, even though it's in the active duty drop pool. And if the majority of players, I think how Valve wants players to go, if those people rent a case, the case is gone forever, and no new skins will be circulated back into the market since they're renting and you don't get to keep anything, and nothing is tradable. So in theory, skins will be more expensive if players rent, but that's a really big what if. When cases first come out, if they have this ability and feature to rent going forward, skins are going to be very cheap in price. But after that case retires and you can't rent it anymore, if that's how Valve wants to go, those skins are eventually going to skyrocket because everyone would have rented. That's just how I'm thinking right now, but it really is way too early to tell. I think this, in my opinion, would be much more detrimental if you had the ability to rent knives and gloves alongside skins. I think after this FAQ and update, nothing is impossible. Now, aside from renting skins, Valve last night nerfed Dopplers and marble fade finishes into the ground, most likely unintentional. And the reason I say unintentional is because that's based off a tweet today. Valve has just recently responded to a tweet regarding the nerf to marble fade and Doppler finishes, which rarely ever happens. And specifically, Valve said they're working on it. So good on Valve for making the change and actually being vocal to the community that they messed up, because that rarely, like I said, ever happens, if it has in the past. But the problem with not just Counter-Strike's economy is also Valve's updates. Some of the damage to the skin market has already been done, and this isn't the first time it's happened. It's just this time it's a little bit better because we have communication versus the past we had none at all. In my opinion, it's most likely very difficult on Valve's end, specifically being in their shoes. Whenever you send out a huge update like this and break $10,000 to $20,000 knives in the process, players are then left wondering if that's the new norm, because that's what's happened so far in Counter-Strike 2. Dopplers and marble fade finishes have dropped thousands of dollars overnight, most likely due to just the normal overreaction from the community, which this time it's hard to tell to see who's at fault, but like any other update, big or small, a correction and overreaction takes its place. Now, what do you guys think will happen to the CS market moving forward? Was this a good update for the skin scene? Will it be even better once Dopplers are finally fixed? Now, I have quite a few videos planned for next week's schedule, such as the aftermath of Buff 163 being shut down in North America and Europe, and the skin economy more in depth going forward. I know this update, especially for actual players and not skin enthusiasts, wasn't what y'all were looking for, but with some recent strings from this update and some new leaks and rumors being spread around the community, it seems like VAC 2 shouldn't be much further out, and something as big as an operation could be soon in an arm's reach. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.